So we have two ways of writing an equation which are of interest to us. We've got the slope intercept form, which has already been spoken to already, y equals mx plus b, and the other one we've got is standard form. And standard form is another way of writing a straight line, and that is ax plus by equals c. With, let's get rid of that, sorry, with y equals mx plus b, if we had an equation 3x plus 2, we know the slope is the value there, slope equals 3, and the y-intercept is the value here, which equals 2. Now, for an equation like this, it's still a straight line, and the slope has a formula, which is negative a over b, and where a is the 5, b is the 2 with the sign, so it's negative 5 over 2. We can prove that, of course, by just putting it into slope intercept form. So we've got 5x plus 2y equals 4, and we're going to solve for y. So we're going to take the 5x to the other side, and it becomes negative when it goes over, so it's 4 minus 5x. I'm going to switch these two over now to make it look more like our slope intercept form, so negative 5x plus 4. And we can do that and prove it. We know that 6 equals 9 minus 3. Well, let's just switch these two over, see if we do get the same answers. Negative 3 plus 9 does indeed equal 6. So this is perfectly okay. Now we're going to divide by 2. So we get y equals negative 5 over 2x, and then 4 divided by 2 is 2. And the slope is the number in front of x, so slope equals negative 5 over 2, which we knew already. The problem with slope standard form is that you can't easily find out the y-intercept just by looking at it. You can do it by calculation, but not by looking at it. So I want to find the slope of a line. Let's just take 2 points here. We've got the point 6, comma 4, and we'll take the point negative 4, comma 2. If we join these two by a line, we know we've got the points that we talked about, which were 6, comma 4, and the point negative 4, comma negative 2. Now we have a formula for slope. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And it doesn't matter how we number this. We can call this point here x1, y1, and this point x2, y2. And we can do it the other way around, doesn't matter. So y2 minus y1 would be the negative 2 minus the 4. So negative 2 minus the 4. And x2 minus x1 will be the negative 4 minus the 6. Okay, so on top we get negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. On the bottom, negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. The negatives cancel out, and they each divides by 2, and we get 3/5 the slope between those two lines. So we'll do another example here, find another 2 points. Let's take that point up there, which is negative 4 and 6, and take this point here, 8, negative 2. We'll join them with a straight line. Now we find the slope. We know that slope formula, if you keep writing the formula down each time, you'll remember it. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we've got this point up here, which we're going to call negative 4, 6. And this point down here, which we're going to call 8, negative 2. And again, so this one can be x1, y1. Doesn't matter which way around. Again, you do it, you're going to get the same answer. And x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 is going to be negative 2 minus 6. And then x2 minus x1, so you put it in a different colour. So it's going to be x2 minus x1, that's 8 minus negative 4. 8 minus negative 4. And I'll put a bracket round because I know it's going to be a negative sign and a negative, double negative. On top, negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8. On the bottom, 8 minus 4 is the same as 8 plus 4, so 12. Both top and bottom reduced by 4, so we get negative 2 over 3 as the slope. So this is the most difficult part of this section, finding the equation of a line. Let's find a couple of points here. So we've got negative 6, 2, and we'll do this one up here, which is 1, 8. We'll join in with a straight line, and we'll just put in those points what they are. Trying to remember now what they are. So we've got 1, 8, and negative 6, 2. So this will be the point up here, 1, 8, and negative 6, 2. So the first thing we're going to do is find the slope. So this is the point x1, y1. Again, it doesn't matter which order you do these, whether they're the other way around. So slope, formula equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we substitute now. So y2 minus y1 is 2 minus 8. x2 minus x1 is negative 6 minus 1. Negative 6 minus 1. So we get negative 6 over negative 7, which is 6 over 7. And therefore we go to our equation, y equals mx plus b. And we substitute this for the slope. And we get y equals 6 over 7x plus b. Now to find b, we sub for either point here. You can choose that point there or that point there, depending on which is easier. Well, the point 108 has no negatives, so we'll choose that one. And we know that out of these 2 points, this is the x value and this is the y value, and that's what we're going to substitute. So the y value here is going to be 8 equals 6 over 7 times the x value 1 plus b. And this is where we need to be at fractions. We know that 8 in terms of sevenths equals, well, 8 times 7 is 56, so it's 56 over 7. So 56 over 7 equals 6 over 7, because 6 over 7 times 1 is 6 over 7 plus b. Subtract 6 over 7, we get 50 over 7 for b. Your final answer is y equals 6 over 7x plus 50 over 7. Of course, we can put this into standard form by multiplying everything by 7. And 7 times y is 7y. 7 times 6 over 7 is 6x, because the 7's cancel out. And then 7 times 50 over 7 is 50, because the 7's cancel out. Standard form says that x has to be positive, so we bring the 7y this way, minus, and we take the 50 the other way, negative 50. And 6x minus 7y equals negative 50 is the standard form. That's a tricky question because it's got fractions in. A lot of the questions you do won't have fractions.